and welcome to Gardening with Mother Looks. Okay, so today I'm going to take you guys to the garden and we are going to revamp the garden today. As you guys can see, by the tire, I'm kind of pretty much garden ready. Got on some old merch from that Black Legacy. This is from last season. So if y'all ain't even with the gang over there, or that Black Legacy, stay tuned because we got new merch coming up. But for right now, what I want to explain to y'all is we are officially in our last month of this pregnancy. And I wanted to take you guys on a journey with me as we revamp this garden from what I got right now to what we're going to have in the next 6 months to say. So I'm going to challenge myself from here on out to Thanksgiving to see what we can harvest. So I got a lot of stuff that's already seeding. I got a lot of stuff that's already growing. I got a lot of stuff that I'm going to pull out. And yeah, I just want to take y'all through the garden with me. So stay tuned. If you are not with the family, subscribe to the channel. If you are with the gang already, thank you. Go home back. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that. Show some love. Let's get into it. Okay, if you guys are not familiar with what I already have in the garden already, in some of the other videos on the family channel, I've already kind of showed you guys a little bit of the garden, but I'm going to show you what I do have already so far. I probably rearranged a lot of things since the last video. So as we can see, we got the OG avocado tree. Over here, we got 2 kale plants growing with a pineapple plant. This was actually an experimental project, and somehow, you know, it was doing what it's doing. But I think we're gonna end up restarting that pot and keeping that just a pineapple pot for right now, but we'll stay tuned, okay? Alright, so back to the OG, and then we got his 2 little buddy babies down here. We got this avocado tree. I don't know what little funky little stuff is going on there, but we're gonna treat that and get that together because this baby has been through a lot, and yeah, we gonna get him together. We got this avocado tree right here. Once again, he be doing his thing. He mind his business as long as he get what he get. All right, and then here, I don't know if y'all remember seeing, I had these big, beautiful Brussels sprout plants, and somehow, let me just show y'all what happened. Okay, this little area I'm about to revamp. We gonna figure out which little seedlings we're gonna put down here, but for right now, as you can see, there's nothing there. I literally just ripped it out. I probably shouldn't have ripped it out because some people say I shouldn't be even doing this pregnant, but you know, I'm about to kick my shoes off, do some grounding, and get into this greenage, honey. Mother Earth is where we supposed to be. So let me show y'all what I just pulled up real quick. Alright, so as y'all can see, I got this big old Brussels sprout plant right here, and then I got 2 little buddies right here. I pulled all 3 of them because at this point I think I want to restart these plants because of what happened. This plant's been growing so good. As of a couple of days ago, I don't know if you guys can see on here, it has officially been infested with like aphids, like really, and once it gets to a point like this, for me, I just rip it up. I don't know if you guys got any better suggestions on how to deal with aphids when they become like this, but to me, that's very unbearable. I wouldn't even eat this fruit, so why even keep the whole plant? I might as well just restart it. It's a 6 plant. Then on top of that, the babies ended up getting some too, so I said, why not just restart? I mean, let's go ahead, and like I said I'm about to challenge myself for the next couple of months and see where we can take this garden by Thanksgiving, from what it is now to where it needs to be. This plant right here, baby, it was doing so beautiful, and we got a cold front, and I didn't realize what and how to cover up a pepper plant. So as you can see, it's trying to grow and restart and do some things down here, but the rest of the plant is kind of like blah, dead. I'm gonna fix this. We gonna get him together and figure that out. Here I got a plant that was given to me. I don't even know what kind of plant this is, but what happened was, in the midst of me repotting it, I thought this pot didn't have anything else in it. Well, apparently, I don't know if you guys can see, I got all these crazy shadows. a tomato plant ended up growing out of it somehow, some way. So I gotta figure out how they're gonna either share this plant, or I'm gonna have to take these off of here and give it its own plant, because you know it's kind of like, I don't know, halfway alive, halfway dead because of sharing the plant pot. All right, over here we have, these are supposed to be, I believe, cantaloupes. If you can see right there, I think we have a beautiful bee pollinating the flowers. So I'm gonna let him do his thing, mind my business, because I don't really like to bother them, but I appreciate them coming in the garden and doing what they're supposed to do, because if not, I ain't got no food. Over here we got some cabbage that's about to start. It's doing this little sprouting, little baby thing, little sprouts. So I'm gonna let them go ahead and keep on doing this thing. Hopefully by Thanksgiving we got some cabbages, because this looks like it's gonna be a nice little healthy stock. This one is coming in pretty nice. This one is coming in pretty nice. I let them battle out to see who will be the strongest to survive, and it looks like we got a couple survivors. So we're gonna see what they do over the next couple months. And yeah, so let's get to the other side of the garden. This is just one side. Alright, so over here we got some parsley that's doing its thing. So pretty, so lovely. It started off so small. I've been treating it, giving it some food, some love, some water, and baby, listen, it looked like it's a nice little head of broccoli, huh? But that's some nice parsley for, look at that, for a nice little steak. Yes, I cheated, and I bought this one from Home Depot as a baby starter plant. Couldn't really find too many seeds, but I really wanted some herbs, as well as this nice rosemary tree. It was actually like down here when I first got it. Boom, look at that baby. I got these 3 pineapple plants that I'm starting from seeds. I'm going to show y'all the seeds. I got a couple of little seed starters down here. I got some seed starters here. I got some seeds that are started over there. I need to put some water on this lavender plant, you know. So this is this little station, and we're going to take out to the other side. Alright, so I don't know if y'all can tell on the camera, but this big patch that was right here was a nice, beautiful broccoli plant, but it got kind of out of control and really big. Branches started breaking off, and it kind of got infected. I think from the branches kind of like hanging off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna restart the broccoli plant, clean this up, let this grow back really pretty. You know what I mean? Let this grass grow back healthy, and then maybe do like finish this little area with the strawberries, as we have one strawberry patch here, and then we have another strawberry patch that's already in the ground. So these are in the pot and these are not. And then I actually have a very small one that's over here that's trying to grow, that I just dropped the strawberry in as an experiment to see what'll happen. It's actually trying to make some kind of, I don't know, it's trying to do something, but we'll see. If not, there's just gonna be a patch that we're about to heal up, you know, make love to the Mother Earth and tell her that we love her and give her back her grass that we destroyed. As you can see here, there's a kale plant. I've had this kale plant for over a year now. I've ate from this kale plant so much that it's like, help me. I actually need to go in and pull off some of these bad leaves so that we can get some more good leaves to pop up. So we got one kale plant here, we got another kale plant here, and another kale plant there. I actually have another strawberry plant here. This one is actually my big baby. We actually had, like I said, a cold front, rain front, so a lot of this stuff I have to go in and pull off some of the dead leaves and fix it, spray it. I just fed everybody the other day, so I gotta go in and give everybody a good water. I got this pretty little gifted cactus that I had. It was very small. I kept it, repotted it. It's actually trying to regrow, so let's see how big that'll go over the next couple months. I got this big baby. Now this is my undecided factor. I don't know what we're gonna do with this guy, because at this point I really want to chop it down and throw it away, because I don't know who has an eggplant plant. If you can give me any kind of suggestions, please help me, because this plant is like, I've been fighting it for the past year, and the plants the flowers will start flowering. It'll be so pretty, so purple. All these beautiful purple flowers everywhere. And then it's supposed to turn into fruit. But then it does this. And then it dries up. And then I don't get any fruit. And it's frustrating. But see, I've been trying to spray it with some let me say this again. With some insecticidal soap and some neem oil. So I'm hoping that's going to help me a little bit. I don't know if it keeps getting combated by like the spring in Miami, and I don't know if it's the caterpillars that keep eating it, or maybe just because it doesn't have enough, we don't have a lot of bees down here to help pollinate it, because that's what I've been researching. But it's a bee right there that just flew past, so I'm a little confused with this plant. So I'm going to give this plant like another 30 days. If not, if it doesn't start giving me some kind of fruit, I'm going to like literally probably chop it down. But I'm gonna give it some hope, because look, it'll start doing stuff like this, making me think that it's going to give out some fruit. And then I'll come back in 2 days and then bomb, nothing. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's be hopeful and see what happens. Here, I had, excuse my dogs, my neighbor's dogs. I had a tomato plant here. Somehow, some way, because the infection with the Brussels sprouts over here traveled to the tomato plants. And I don't know if that's what's affecting this whole little area. But for right now, the tomato plants are definitely pulled from the ground, because I don't like a very, 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 very sick plant like that. Especially not just in the backyard. I can see if this was a field and I have more space and opportunity to fix it. If there's any suggestions, please give them out to me. But for right now, there's some little baby tomato plants that are in there still from the last plant. I just cut it down. So hopefully if I keep watering it or keep rejuvenating it, that'll come up. But I actually cheated and bought another tomato plant. As well as you already know, there's a tomato plant that then grew from here. So we'll see what happens with tomatoes over the next couple months. Here I got some celery that I started from a celery stalk. And lo and behold, these tomatoes have seeded everywhere, because look what we have here. This is the first time I've seen this. A tomato plant that didn't sprout it from here again. But that's okay. We're gonna see what happens. Battle of the space. But this is supposed to be for the celery. These are celery stalks that are supposed to be coming in. So it's still a baby plant. So we're gonna go and weed out this, clean this up in a little bit, and get everything started. I don't know if you can see this cantaloupe plant from this way. I love this. I love when they flower. It's so pretty. I love these flowers. And here we have another avocado tree. This avocado tree is actually in the ground already. So we got him in the ground. He's doing his thing. I want to see how big she gets. She gets, whatever it is. I'm gonna say this is a he, and then that's my she. But as you can see, if you can see perspective from this angle, this tree is about, I want to say 5 or 6 years old. Hurricane Irma, I started this tree, and it's been in this pot, and I'm gonna end up repotting it probably to a bigger pot until we move to a bigger house, and then put it in the ground. But this one has been in a pot for the last 5 years, so that's as big as it's got. This one, I don't know if you can kind of see, this is the top of the tree, and about this area is the tree. But this one's been in the ground, not even, I want to say not even a year yet, and it's probably almost, it's not as thick as that tree, but it's about as tall as that tree. So I'm gonna see who's gonna get bigger faster, this guy or this guy. Who you got your money on? This one's been here for a while. That's OG, big OG. You can tell the difference because this one's still a little light. This one's very dark. Got a little bit more bushes. But so that's this side of the garden, and yeah, I got some more stuff that's planted, so let's get to it. Okay, so here I got this asparagus plant. I'm actually trying to be hopeful for this plant. They say it take about 2 years for it to start doing anything, and you're not supposed to really mess with the dead leaves or the crown, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so over here I got a potato plant, and here is the tomato plant that I was talking about that I cheated and bought. So I'm gonna go and drop this in the ground in a little bit. It's been sitting here just trying to wait patiently for its turn to get put in the ground, and this is the potato plant. I'm gonna let this go for a little while. I'm gonna put some more dirt in here so that we can hopefully get a nice a lot of potatoes. I'm gonna roll that out. Hopefully you guys get to see what that turns out to be like. Alright, so here I got this little onion bed that I have. I need to go in and harvest some of these onions because they're nice and laid out, meaning they're ready to harvest and ready to eat. So yeah, you see the new little sprouts are trying to come in, so that means it's time to take the OGs out. So I'm gonna do a little harvesting, a little cleaning up. If you can see here, I got some little seedlings that are trying to grow in. This will be spinach that's trying to come up. So we have spinach that's in here that's going to share the bed with the onions. I think it should be cool in here. So a nice little harvest of lettuce here with a side of onions sounds like a good salad to me. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want to eat up their backyard? Because I definitely do. Take you around to this big dog that we got in the backyard. This is one of my personal favorites to the backyard. As you can see, if you guys are in Miami, tell me what these are. What are they? What time is it? Mango season time. So yeah, we got mangoes coming in off of this tree. There's definitely some big dogs that are up there. I don't know if you guys can see them, but there's some big dogs coming in. This is my favorite part of the overall trees that we have, because this one has been in the yard fruiting up. I'm not gonna lie to you, this season seems like we're gonna get a small batch because this tree was full last season, but now I don't know if you guys can see, it's a little shaky, you know, not as crazy as it could be, but it's still getting something, but not as much. So let's see what happens, and I definitely will give y'all a journey of the mango season and how we harvest our mangoes. So these little buddies are doing pretty good. Yes, sir. This is the crazy part about living in Miami, up underneath these big trees, because I don't know where these big old stalks of branches just fall, and you gotta hope that you're not up underneath one of those days, you know. Sheesh. Anywho, I'll pick that up as soon as we're done, but I wanted to take you guys over here because I got a little collard green area slash another hybrid pot that's going to have collards and what do we put in here? Cantaloupes. So we'll see who fights to survive in here. I'm gonna go in and clean this up as well, but just wanted to show you guys. Okay, so I wanted to take you guys around because what I'm about to do right now is I'm going to water up all these plants, spray down some of these plants, and get them ready for this nice hot day, and then probably let everybody marinate and settle, and then possibly clean up everything and settle some of these seedlings and the tomato plants into the ground tomorrow. I'm going to do a little clean, like I said, a little clean up, a little wipe down, and then we'll come back into the garden tomorrow and finish up what we started. But for right now, I want to show you guys what seedlings we already have. So right now, I have some grape seeds, banana seeds, and some more grape seeds. What I didn't do that I wish I would have done that I will do the next time around, and I know a lot of gardeners probably do it, is they date a lot of their seeds and the day that they drop them, and I didn't do that on this round, so I kind of feel bad because I'm just winging it at this point. So I'm assuming that this is about a month old of germinating, and these are about a week old. So I have some kale that's here germinating. I have some beets that are germinating. I have some radish that's germinating. I have onions that's germinating. I got some more kale, some kale is germinating, some watermelons, and some more tomato plants. So I'm going to show you guys what they look like, and let's pop these open. Okay, so here I got onions. Let's see. I'm going to open these up, and as you can see, woo, some of the dirt fell out, but nothing yet. So we're going to, and it's actually fairly wet, so I don't really even need to go back in. I probably spray it down just in case anything funky, like I don't know what this little crystal stuff is popping over there, but I'm going to make sure we don't got no accidents. So I'm going to take those and close that, oops, excuse me, close that back up, and let's see what we got here. We got some, let's see, anything yet? Nothing yet, but it's nice and wet, so we're not going to overly wet that, and then let that just go ahead and keep on germinating. Excuse the dog again. We got some radishes. Let's see what they're looking like. They're looking a little dry, but I don't know if you guys can see right there, a little plant came up, so we're gonna go ahead and wet these up for sure. I don't know if you guys can tell, but some of this little white stuff that we have on here is some root growing stuff that we have, and this one, surprisingly, because it was one of the old eggshells, it got some extra protein. I believe that this is the right nutrient, but it got some protein in it because we left the eggshells and stuff in there, so it probably helped a lot to speed up the process with this radish. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this open so I don't forget to water it. But look at the little baby radish growing in there. So we got a little radish. Here we got the beets. I don't know if you guys can see, but I think you guys can see in there. It's a little dry, it's a little wet. I'm still gonna sprinkle some stuff in there. I don't know what this little blue thing is, but I'm gonna wet that up because it probably needs a little bit more water. We got the kale. And we got a lot of baby kale that popped up in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I hope you guys can see that. We got the kale that popped up in there. So that's doing some nice little sprouting. We're gonna go ahead and wet this down. I'm gonna leave this open so that I don't forget to spray that down and cover it back up. Let's see what else we got. I'm dropping stuff. Alright. So here we have watermelon. The watermelon fairly looks still wet, so I don't know if I'm going to go in and re-wet this, but it kind of already is still doing this thing. I might spray it just a little bit, but nothing crazy. Nothing sprouted up yet, but it's okay. Let's put the top on there just for right now. And let's see what we got here. We got some nice kale. In this kale patch, we don't have anything yet. Still doing a little germinating. I pretty much planted all these at the same time. So, like I said, this happened maybe about a week ago. So, this still got a lot of time. But that's what we have for here. They're in a nice, dark, warm area. They get a little bit of light a day. So right now, these really probably don't need any more water. That looks very, very wet. I don't want to overly wet the babies. This is the tomato plant. We got a little sprout here. I'm going to go ahead and push it down because it looks like it's like laying to the side and you probably need a little support. So we're going to push it right down just a little bit. But if you guys can see, there's a little tomato plant. There's a little tomato plant. Those are coming up very nicely. Probably going to spray them down just a little bit. Never hurt to get just a little bit more water. So we'll leave those open for now. Those are those seeds. So I think I showed you guys everything. We got the tomatoes, the beets, the radish, the kale, the grapes, bananas, onions, watermelons, kale. So we got all that done. I'm gonna go ahead and water up the yard. Oh, I got one other plant. This plant, I got this little plant. This is a little, it's just a little blue flower that I told the girls that they, well, I told Galaxia that she could plant and then, you know, take care of. But you can see it's a little dry. So mommy's gonna go ahead and wet that up for her and take care of that for her. But I'm also right now, let's get to watering up this yard and yeah, taking care of everybody. And then, like I said, tomorrow we're gonna do a little nice little clean up, replant and drop, and take everybody to their nice little homes and relocations. And take it from there. So let's get to the water. Let's get to it. Oh my God, I messed up some of these. I don't know about you guys, but it's been nice hot in Miami, so everybody needs a little sprinkle. See if I can make you guys here. Nothing crazy. If anything, you guys need some water. Doesn't bother me but real bad over here right now. And I haven't even watered this for like a day and a half. I come out here maybe like every other day and water them because I try not to like overwater them if it's not once a day, because sometimes I have them out here in the summertime twice a day. Let them up really good. Let them go through the day. We got this process. Do what they gotta do. Get a little fun. Everybody else but over here. So I'm gonna water like these strawberries beautifully. So what I try to do when I water is give enough for the top layer and the bottom layer. If not, I go in and I stick the actual tip of the water hose inside the root and give it a root massage. Right now, because I'm going to come back out here tomorrow, I'm just going to give all these a nice good top coat of water and it down. And then take everybody back. So with this plant, I normally have to turn the pressure up a little bit on this because I feel like it keeps getting infected. I don't know if I'm the cause of why it's not going, but I try to pull the pressure up on this one, clean it off really good so that I can get in between there and really pull the infant off, because baby listen, it's kind of frustrating. I've had this plant for almost a year and they haven't given up anything but pretty flowers that I know that are supposed to turn into fruit. So I'm going to turn the pressure back down, water the roots. From here to there. I got these guys pretty wet. They weren't really dry, so they didn't need that much water. So yeah, we're gonna get this cucumber plant. I don't know what I'm talking about. This broccoli plant / tomato bird. I don't know who's ever gonna win this battle. That's what we're watering. And then we have this avocado tree. I like to clean him off too. Real nice. Water him up. And give up some water to the cabbage. So usually what I like to do is turn on some music and vibe out. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to turn on some music and vibe out with my plant. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. And Thanks for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure y'all click the bell. I'm gonna go ahead and finish wetting up these babies. Let them listen to some music and harmonize throughout the day. Get the vibes going. And yeah. I appreciate y'all time. So I want to send out some love and some light and some peace to everybody. And I hope y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching. Toodaloo!